This is Caleb Jones, and this is Alpha Male 2.0, freedom-focused lifestyle design for men. If you have not yet subscribed, be sure to do so. We do 5 videos a week here on how to make your business life and woman life more free. About a week or two ago, Patrick Bet-David of Valuetainment, who I really like, I recommend him, I watch his videos, I think you should too, he's great, posted a little video on Instagram, and I reacted to it over on Instagram stories over there. I actually did a TikTok video about this, and I duplicated that to Snapchat and Instagram. By the way, I am on Snapchat, I am on TikTok, and I am on Instagram. Daily content on all 3. Links are below. But anyway, he said basically this. He was in his car and he said, look, if you hate America so much, if you think America is such a bad country, then let's do a social experiment, he said. He said, let's set up the government where anyone who wants gets a check for $250,000 and a one-way ticket to any other country in the world, but you have to renounce your citizenship in order to do it. And his attitude was, would you take that deal? He goes, do you think people would actually take that deal? I'd take that deal right now. Where the fuck do I sign up? Sign me up right now, man. Holy shit. I have to spend money to renounce my citizenship and get out of the United States, although I'm not planning on renouncing. I want that option if I have to. But I'm spending a lot of time and effort to do this. You're gonna pay me to do it? Fucking hell yes. Now, let me cover some specifics. There are some logistical issues with that because you can't get another passport unless you have a passport. So if you flew to a country and then renounced your American citizenship and then just sat there in that country, you'd be stranded in that country because you wouldn't have a passport. So you'd need a passport. So you have to modify it a little bit. If you want to get specific, you have to modify it where I could get the $250,000 first, then I would go to Antigua, Dominica, St. Lucia, any of those Caribbean islands where I could buy a passport for $120,000, $150,000, make a profit on my $250. The problem is now, it takes about 4 or 5, 6 months to process all that. So if you said you get the money and you leave in 6 months, fuck yeah, I'd do it. It'd be great. I'd go right to, I'd probably go to Antigua, pay $120,000 plus legal fees, maybe $150,000 all in, make a $100,000 profit on my $250,000, get my Antiguan passport, and then get a one-way ticket to a certain country I'm moving to next year. Oh my God, that'd be fucking great. Now, let me clarify this. I am not a left-winger. I have never voted for a Democrat in my entire life, unlike Donald Trump. So I don't hate America. I have never hated America. I'm not in that camp. I don't hate America. I view America like an old friend you've had for decades who used to be a really great guy, a really impressive, capable, wonderful guy, and then he got addicted to heroin, or he got addicted to cocaine, or he became an alcoholic. He got addicted to something and it started destroying his life. And if you visualize this, some of you have had this experience where you go to him and say, hey man, what are you doing? You're ruining your life. And he says, fuck you, I'm not doing anything wrong. Go fuck yourself. And he just kind of tells you to fuck off while his life gets worse and worse and worse and he deteriorates over time. And it's been years and years. And he's still your friend, you love him, but now he's in a convalescent home and he's hooked up to a bunch of machines and he's still drinking the booze. And you say, you know, you might want to stop drinking. Fuck you, you asshole. That's how I view America. Not something I hate. I don't hate America. I feel sorry for America. I love what America was. I love what America could be. I am saddened by it, but I still love it just like that friend you would have. You'd love him and you'd still care for him and want good things for him, but you'd also say, well, you know what, you're fucked. That's the life you've chosen and that's the path you've chosen, you're screwed. And moreover, even though I love you, you're such a negative person, I'm not gonna spend any time with you. I don't spend time around negative people. I can't afford it. I can't afford that negativity. I'm going in very positive places. I live a great life. So it'd be the same deal with that friend. He is so fucking negative, I can't spend a lot of time around him. And that's how I feel about today's America. It's so negative, it's not a good environment for me if I want a positive life going forward in a way that I'm very excited about. Every time you hear anything on the news, you can click on any random news site and the news is not just bad, it's really bad. And anytime you see anyone talking about politics, it doesn't matter if it's a right-winger or left-winger, or should I say a Trump supporter and an SJW, because there are no right-wingers anymore and the left is very different these days. But anyway, so yes, I would absolutely take your deal, Mr. Patrick Bet-David, provided you gave me a little time to get a second passport because I can't be stranded anywhere. And that doesn't mean I hate America, but I think he is right. I think that the hardcore left-winger probably would not be interested in doing something like that. I have noted before on my blogs that you have never seen this giant exodus of left-wing Americans going over and moving to Scandinavia. Why not? So you're right, they wouldn't actually take that deal, but I would, because I'm not a left-winger and because I don't hate America. I just want a better life for me. And as I've said before, and I'll say this again to you guys, I am not saying you must move out of the United States. You don't. I'm not saying you must move out of Europe, although I would. I would move out of the United States too. I am next year. I'm not saying you have to. If you don't, if you choose to stay in the collapsing trifecta, America, Europe, or Canada, that's fine. You've got to get your Alpha 2.0 location-independent international income up and running. As a matter of fact, if you're the guy who says, I agree with you, Caleb, but I'm not going to leave. I'm going to stay in the United States or Europe or Canada. I'm going to stay here. It is actually more important for you to get the location-independent international income in place, because the guy who moves out of the country in a year or two, or moves out now, he has two things you don't. He has protection and he has mobility. If you're staying in the United States, you don't have either of those things. So it's very important, even more important for you to get your Alpha 2.0 business done. If you want more help with that, I go into detail about how to do that at joinsmic.com. I can help you work on that model yourself, or if you have other resources, you can go to calebjones.com or follow me on the other social medias. Whatever you want to do, just think about it. This is serious stuff. I wish I had better news too. Okay, bye.